The top 10 prehistoric sea monsters you are glad no longer exists. Sleep with one eye open. Number 10. Liopleurodon was an extremely ferocious reptile-like sea predator that was alive during the middle of the Jurassic period. Liopleurodon was so biologically advanced because of its razor-sharp demon-like crocodile teeth, and because, unlike other predators at that time, it had extra flippers to hunt its victims who would try to run away. While running away from a Liopleurodon was almost statistically impossible due to its extra flaps, Liopleurodon had to consume much more because of those flappers, using so much energy all of the time. Calories in and calories out was all that mattered in these primal times. Liopleurodon was around 2,200 to 3,700 pounds on average, and averaged 16 to 23 feet in length. Liopleurodon species was known as a Pliosauridae, also known as a group of short-necked plesiosaurs, which existed in the regions that now comprise Europe. Liopleurodon was a certain type of marine reptile instead of a dinosaur. Regardless though, it coexisted with many dinosaurs at that time. However, this reptile had a sinister and vicious appearance. You know the type of appearance you don't want to think about before bedtime? Number 9. The Megalodon was a viciously terrifying monster and world's biggest and largest predator shark ever known to swim the ocean. The notorious Megalodon went extinct around 2.6 million years ago. Since shark skeletons are made of cartilage that specifically doesn't usually become fossilized, scientists only have the teeth to go on when estimating the full potential maximum size of the beast. Scientists are still debating how wide or long the scary and monstrous prehistoric sea predator could have been. Results vary due to different methods when estimating the full potential size of the Megalodon. Most scientifically confirmed accepted maximum sizes fall in the 50 to 60 foot range as of now. Keep in mind that one Megalodon tooth can reach 5 to 7 inches long. Number 8. Thalattoarchon was a nightmarish marine lizard / reptile-like sea monster. Thalattoarchons could and were known to grow well over 45 feet long. Think about standing in front of one of these gigantic monsters, and you won't be able to sleep at night. The original name or label for Thalattoarchon was Macrosaurus proriger, after a fierce verbal rivalry between the paleontologists on the name of the sea predator. They finally agreed to Thalattosaurus. The first specimen of a skull and vertebrae was discovered in the United States of America, specifically Kansas, in 1868, which would then be known as the infamous Thalattosaurus. The sea creature could shine through your worst nightmares and conjure up a permanent illumination of horrifying visual imagery. Number 7. Basilosaurus. Basilosaurus was a fierce and aggressive and predatory sea king lizard monster, judging by its picture. Basilosaurus bones, or fossils, were first discovered in the United States of America, specifically Louisiana, around the mid-1830s. However, Basilosaurus was never classified as a lizard or a reptile. Basilosaurus was classified as a humongous and enormous ancient whale that roamed the sea with more survival-like features than modern-day whales that you see in the 21st century. When Basilosaurus was initially discovered, they estimated that this sea creature was gigantic based off the size of the fossils. Before you go to bed tonight, Try not to imagine falling in the sea and accidentally being swallowed by a basilosaurus. Number 6. Kronosaurus was the type of sea monster that would haunt you forever, even years after it's dead. Every time you mentally visualize this reptile-like creature with fangs and teeth that could scratch the ice off of your coldest nightmares for its own sadistic pleasure, once imagery of self is planted in the human mind. Kronosaurus was arguably the scariest and deadliest marine reptile, and just like Liopleurodon, Kronosaurus did not fall into the dinosaur species. Kronosaurus was known as a plesiosaur. Speaking of gory, make sure you sleep with one eye open. The fossils of Kronosaur were found in Australia in year 1899. But surprisingly, Kronosaurus wasn't named until 1924. Fossils were also found in Colombia of this insane-looking mad beast. And Kronosaurus was a relative of Liopleurodon, so these monsters were very similar in nature. Kronosaurus just seemed more biologically advanced than the others. Number 5. Thalattoarchon Saurophagis was a horrifying and scary carnivorous bus-sized sea predator that was 28 feet long. That is around 8.5 meters long. The Thalattoarchon Saurophagis was estimated to live around 250 million years ago from the 21st century. The appearance of this sea predator resembles a reptile or lizard. The Thalattoarchon Saurophagis supposedly survived around 160 million years before going extinct, much longer than humans. However, there is indication or historical plausible evidence to why they went extinct. They assume it's some sort of asteroid. The only facts humans have about this deranged-looking sea creature is how old the fossils are. But this reptilian carnivorous mad beast was sure to cause a destructive force for anything and everything in its path. Number 4. The helicoprion was a vicious and carnivorous, evil and deranged-looking fish with a razor-sharp chainsaw-like mouth. This literally seems like something out of a fantasy, because it seems too cool to be true, but was actually roaming the sea around 300 million years ago in the early Permian from the 21st century. Scientists label them tooth whorls / buzzsaw killer. Helicoprion was notorious for its intimidating and horror movie-like 300-degree spiral of serrated teeth. Almost 300 million years ago, this prehistoric shark, otherwise known as helicoprion, was not a fish, it was a shark, the largest marine animal in the world during its time in the sea before going extinct. While some of the fossils initially led scientists to believe that the helicoprion was only around 10 to 13 feet in length, more updated studies have been conducted and concluded that helicoprion was closer to 30 to 40 feet long, which may be somewhat comparable to the size of the infamous Megalodon. Imagine that. Before bedtime tonight, you see a chainsaw mouth with a Megalodon body type. Helicoprion was still known to be roughly double the size of the largest great white shark currently on record as of the 21st century. Not every single fossil was found on this creature. Some of the evidence is still waiting to be found to prove the prehistoric existence of this crazy-looking creature. Scientists are still looking for all the fossils of the psycho-looking sea shark. This will make you want to sweep with both lights on, experiencing a nightmare rather than a nightmare. Number 3. Mosasaurus. The Mosasaurus were extraordinarily frightening and dangerous sea predators. However, Mosasaurus was a reptile / aquatic lizard instead of a dinosaur. Mosasaurus did not discriminate. It ate everything in the sea. Birds, fish, and sharks, you name it. Basically every creature you can think of. Mosasaurus was first discovered in the Netherlands in the 18th century. Mosasaurus was definitely a scary monster, something you would be terrified and horrified for life if you ever had to encounter it. You definitely do not want to share the ocean with this beast. Luckily for you, they're extinct. Sleep with one eye open. Rest easy. Number 2. The Dacosaurus. The Dacosaurus was extraordinarily frightening and was fast as lightning. The Dacosaurus was around 15 feet long and weighed an average of 1,000 to 2,000 pounds. So this predator was no shrimp. In fact, it ate squid, fish, marine reptiles as it bit into flesh with its razor-sharp teeth, and other creatures as well. The Dacosaurus was mainly around in the late Jurassic era, 150 to 130 million years ago. The Dacosaurus was a fierce, fearsome, and vicious reptile with a dinosaur-like head, a predator you wouldn't want to mess with. Wow, the Dacosaurus may be extinct in real life, that doesn't mean you can't revive it through your worst nightmares. Number 1. Leviathan melville was such a monstrously deranged, half megalodon, half whale, look-alike prehistoric sea monster. Leviathan melville was reported to rival the same size as an adult sperm whale. The Leviathan melville could reach up to 57 feet long. Leviathan melville is no shorter than 44 feet long. Leviathan melville went extinct around 9.9 million years ago from the 21st century. The fossils were that old. The skull of this insane prehistoric beast was an average of 9.8 feet long. The species category of this monster was known as a physeteroid whale, and it hunted other whales. So this whale was a mean boy. A lot say it was a real-life leviathan, otherwise known as the sea demon, not a seaman demon. But yeah, good luck sleeping tonight. Hello there! I hope you enjoyed the video. If you liked it, be sure to thumbs up and subscribe to my channel for more amazing content. And also check out some of my other videos while you're at it.